One of the most popular reasons I hear for wanting to start a business is to be in control of your own destiny. You could simply be looking for some excitement in your life. Or maybe you just don't want to die with regret. Some people were made to push the boundaries, to forge their own way, to carve out their own path, and some aren't. Some never knew that they were supposed to until they were forced into it by circumstances. The second most popular reason I hear for wanting to start a business is to make more money. It may in fact be the most popular reason for wanting to start a business, but people just prefer not to say it as much. It's become unfashionable to say you're doing something just for the money. Money, after all, is just a value that people put on things. And if they're giving you more money for your product or service, then surely they must think that you're more valuable than the hard work it took them to make that money in the first place. Unfortunately, even though I hear so many people wanting to start a business, I hear so many reasons for why they can't. And at the top of the list is, I just don't have the time. We don't all have the same 24 hours in every day. Some people need to work 18 hours a day, 7 days a week, just to pay the bills and put food on the table, while others can rely on a trust fund. Life's not fair, but it's a reality. If you think those with more free time are using it more productively, you'll be shocked. It's in fact those with the least free hours that value them the most. The only question at the end of the day is, how much of your free time are you willing to exchange for your dream? Another popular reason I hear for not wanting to start is, of course, I just don't have the money. The truth is that starting a business is not expensive. Making something at home and selling it at the Sunday market doesn't cost much at all. Sure, it's not going to make you rich overnight, but you've started a business and you're making some money. Money that you can plow back into your business again and again until eventually you are getting rich. Another popular excuse I hear, of course, is I just don't have the skills. Nobody has all the skills, and that's why there's the internet. If you're watching this, then you probably have access to 90% of the world's knowledge free of charge right at your fingertips. It's only a matter of time and effort. The only skill that I believe you truly need to have is a basic ability to sell. Because even if you create the best product or service in the world, if you can't sell it, it's not going to help anyone, least of all yourself. Another reason I hear for not starting is, I just don't have a business idea. You don't need a brilliant idea to start a business. You can just take anything out there and make it better. Apple, after all, didn't invent the smartphone. They just did it better than anyone else. You don't have to create something as epic as a smartphone. I mean, you can take any product you see on the shelves or any service that you interact with every day and just make it your own. In fact, the less unique your product or service, the more likely it will be to succeed, because you know a market for it already exists. And that brings me to the final reason I hear for not starting. And that's, how am I supposed to compete with big businesses when I'm so small? Just like with most monsters, you'll soon find out that they're more afraid of you than you should be of them. Small businesses cost almost nothing to start. They're nimble, efficient, and they can do almost anything. These large corporations are constantly worried that someone is going to start something in their garage that's going to replace them tomorrow. Just like what Google did to Yahoo. In the end, you don't need to risk everything or try to change the world to start a business. but you could if you wanted to.